What's up, America? This is Kim and Neil with Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about why the draw matters. But before we get started, I want to show you my cool shirt. We took some pictures on Facebook and people really liked it, and I had people reaching out.
Except for the liberals, they didn't like us.
Yeah, they were really mean.
Got some hate.
But that's life and the internet, so whatever. But if you guys want
my feelings are still hurt about this.
He's very upset, as you can tell. I'm just kidding. Anyways, if you guys are interested, we have them up on our website. Make a really cool gift for an expecting mom or dad, or if you guys want to make a funny announcement video or picture like we did, you can.
And we still got these bad boys, Firearms Academy. Long sleeve tees, and we got sweatshirts too.
So why does draw matter?
Why does it? Let's find out. When we talk about draw, there's two styles. Bottom line is you have the competition setup, and then you have a tactical, self-defense, law enforcement, whatever you want to call it, style. Okay? Now, we have to, if we're talking about a pure competition, right, where I'm here to win points, shoot fast, shoot accurately, and move to the next spot, right? No one's ever shooting back at me. I'm at no danger. It's a sport, okay? And I'm not knocking it, saying anything bad. There's nothing to do with it. What I'm trying to say is it's pure speed and accuracy, right? So we all know that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So if I'm talking about my draw, all right, if I want to go from here to here, then this straight line is the fastest way. So from here to here is the fastest way, okay? When we're talking about self-defense, on the other hand, it's a little different. When we're talking about self-defense, I'm not about economy of motion. I'm not trying to be as fast and perfect necessarily as I am to retain, okay, my weapon, number one, and number two, be able to maneuver and get into cover and positions that protect me and give me a position of advantage, right? So, for example, if I turn to the side here, okay, and we should have got a black shirt on, nice colored contrast there with the firearm here. If I'm talking about competition, I'm talking about going from this position to this position. So I'm basically drawing this gun out. The second this leaves the holster, I'm driving it straight out. Okay, so from the angle to here. Now, if I'm talking about self-defense, let's say I got a person here, because realistically, once again, this is not John Wick where we're shooting across streets and driving cars and setting stuff on fire. Realistically, I got somebody here in my space. So number one, I need to create space. If this guy's here, we're fighting over this gun, that's already a problem for me. So I want to be able to create that space, create that distance. Once I am able to draw this gun out, I might literally be shooting from here. Now, is this economy of motion? Is this the smoothest, fastest way to get onto plane and find my sights? No, of course not. I don't even have that shot. I don't have that opportunity right here. Right here, I'm down here. I'm protecting myself. I'm staying this. I'm pushing this person away, and I'm taking shots if I need to, right? So I can move out of the way. Let's say the person is approaching, and I'm going to draw this gun out. And by the way, in life, it might not just be one person. When I draw this out, a lot of times what you'll see is I come up from here. So look where I'm at right now. So basically I came out of the holster and I'm here. Now why is that? Well, one, look where the gun is. Can I shoot from here? Yep, sure could. I could definitely shoot from here. Could I shoot from here, here, all the way out? I can take these shots. Now if ultimately what I'm trying to end up here is in this position, the fastest way to do that would be from here to here. Okay? But I want to start from this upper position so I can protect myself, I can move around. And maybe I got to move somebody out of the way, whatever the case is. I want to have that ability to drive that gun out, here's part two, with two hands. Okay? Think about it this way. I'm here, I draw my gun out, I can shoot with one hand here. But if I have two, what I don't want to do, and you see this a lot in classes, is students will try to catch the gun, okay, in flight. In other words, they're from here, we know that we go for threat, they come down, and then they're bringing the gun out here. Then if I'm just looking at slow motion, and they're catching the gun out here, which of course, think about this. This is like a plane, right? Taking off. I'm trying to get this onto my line of sight. When I'm doing that, then I catch the gun out here. Of course, it's going to disturb the gun. It's going to disturb the direction and the flow of that gun. So now I've got to balance that and bring it back. Where, if I'm here, now all I do is drive the gun out, okay? And now when I'm doing that, I'm driving it out with 2 hands. So that ultimately, right, when we get that grip that we're always talking about, nice and high, forward, thumbs forward, coming forward like that, I'm literally grinding that grip in there. Keep in mind from this position as well, I might be in a scenario where I need to defend myself. So again, and this is something we do in our advanced pistol class, we're here in this highly retained position. I got to use my elbows to defend myself. Maybe somebody's on the side, whatever the case is. So I need to keep that back here, or I can still shoot. I can still present my gun. Okay. So the idea behind the draw is there's literally two different categories. There's a competition where I'm just trying to get the gun out there as fast as possible. In a competition, I could be completely straight up, bring the gun up to my line of sight, and that would be smoking fast, right? However, in real life, if I have to get around, here we are in a wooded area, if I had to get behind trees and move around, I want to have mobility, okay? I want to keep my gun in tight. I want to be able to have control of it. What if I back up and there's a guy over here trying to get my gun, okay? The idea here is that there's 2 separate draws. So why the draw is important is going to depend on the purpose for which you are training and the purpose for which you are using it. And for most people, even if you do compete, at the end of the day, whether you win or lose, I mean, maybe there's money, maybe there's not, whatever the case is, prestige, trophies, whatever the case is. But when we're playing for life, it's life or death. So it's really important that we understand the differences and how they work in the real life environment. Kim, behind the camera, thank you very much, brought up a very important point too. A lot of things that we see in classes, again, because the vast majority, even the law enforcement people who take our classes, again, they're coming on their own dime, on their own time, and they're generally training for when they're not on duty with their rigs. It's a different environment when you're clearing from concealment. But the hands, right? We talked about meeting the hand, you know, out in the middle here, pushing the gun out rather than coming out together. You have to remember too that if I'm truly in my concealed carry environment, right, I have to clear this garment, and this hand, my offhand, if available, is super important. You guys know, if you watch any of our videos, that we always train to teach you to clear the garment with your firing hand, so that if you only have one hand, everything is still natural and normal, but this is a bonus. So this hand has a purpose, and the purpose is to keep that material nice and tight to the body so that you can get your gun out. Where the problem lies is when we're kind of blasé, just at the range doing our thing, I'll see a lot of this. This is what Kim brought up, right? Watch my hand. And this is a cleared gun, of course. But I come up and I watch, and I just muzzled over my hand. Okay? Now, when it's a live gun and it's for real, that's a huge problem. Okay? So, if I'm here clearing a garment, driving my hand down, then look, I'm already naturally right here ready to drive that gun out. And if I'm not, it's just good practice so that when I do draw this gun out, I'm not muzzling my hand. And I've seen that happen so many times, and that's that 1 second in every class you're like, right? Because no matter how much you tell somebody, when they do it, it's bad. Alrighty guys, that was a quick down and dirty, but hopefully that helped you out a little bit with the understanding of draws and how they are different. And by the way, I'm not against in any way competitive shooting. Fantastic. Definitely do it. If you have competitions in your area, definitely take it. For nothing else, just the adrenaline and the stress of dealing with competition is exactly what you're looking for, as opposed to dealing with, I mean, as it would be in real life when you're in a stressful environment and you might die, okay? All that said, you guys know where to find us. We're, of course, here on YouTube. We are all on Twitter now. We are on Facebook, as always. By the way, you guys, we did some updates with Google, so if you guys have ever done a class with us before, or you like our videos, or whatever the case is on YouTube, and you like us as an organization, definitely give us a review. We always appreciate those. That helps us grow and helps people find us better on Google. Of course, our A-list stuff goes to Patreon. We're doing a bunch of unique series on there on nutrition and fitness as well, if you guys are interested in that. Until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.